Yes now. Bless now. Don't forget the rest now. There's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV, also known as King of the Posers TV. Each to their own, it's up to you. So, Helmet is what we listened to. It was recommended on the Patreon through my good friend Gary. The record was entitled Meantime. I believe it was Helmet's debut, although I didn't do any background checking on anything to do with this record or band prior. I was pleasantly surprised by the sound. I just knew there'd be a riff or two. I didn't know what we were getting ourselves into. So if you listen through to my track-by-track reaction sort of process, on the very first video, before pressing play, I give you what I sort of... the energy I thought I'd get from the band. And I think I was pretty well right. To be honest with you. I've never listened to this band in my life. Everyone's saying this band's underrated. I got the same vibes, kinda, as what I got from Prong. But I listened to like Prong's 10th record or something like that, so it wasn't like, you know, there's a broad spectrum there. But my one album I've listened to on this channel from Prong, I sort of got the same sort of vibes, just like groovy mid-tempo, arguably hardcore adjacent, boppy metal music, just riff-centered metal music, and it's really good. It was really good. I really enjoyed this record. It was incredibly consistent, and it was hard. Where do we go? So the production was good. The production served this band justice. I reckon this band would sound even sick in like a lo-fi setting, just because of how tight they were. The drum production was out of this world. The drumming was my favourite part of this. The riffs go without saying, but the drummer was sick, and the sound of the kit was sick. The production of the kit was sick. Great groove, great snare, great New York hardcore-esque hip-hop infused, beats at times. The bridge sections in these songs, so when the dynamic gets dialed down a bit and they're just jamming, dude, these lot sound like a bunch of session musicians. It sounds like video game music. It sounds like, you know what I mean, backing track music, because it's just so tight and just pristine without making it sound mechanical or robotic. That wasn't the case. These dudes just gelled very well, and not in a sense that it was like loosey-goosey and freeform, that sort of gelling, which is good in its own way. No, these guys were dialed in. They were just tight. And that was fantastic. I think as far as a sound like this is concerned, that's the way it needs to be. Just so tight. Dialed in. Absolutely fantastic. 10 tracks. Relatively short record, I would say, or at least it felt that way because it was such an easy listen to me. 10 tracks, averaging at around 3 minutes 20, I would say, 3 minutes 30 per song. Let's call it 3:30. So we'll call it like 35 to 40 minutes of material. I think that's probably what we were looking at. More so nearer to 40 minutes to 35. I mean, where do we go from here? I was really fond of it. I'm very critical when it comes to my ratings on these channels. But I'm gonna give this an 8.5 out of 10. I'm gonna give it an 8.5 out of 10. Am I gonna return to this record? You know what? This is where I normally say no, and then I give some sort of explanation as to why. But I'll probably bang a couple of these tunes on again. You know, I'll probably bang a couple of tunes on again. Is this the best Helmet record? Where do we go from here? Because I'd actually like to check out more Helmet, in all fairness. I thought this was a great band. I enjoyed it. I'm not going to comment too much on the vocal. I think the vocal suited the project. But not necessarily the most memorable as far as vocal performance or like lyrical content. But, bro, it suited the band. Did it justice. And on that note, I'm going to sign out, people. I'll see you on the flip side, people.